Hello, my name's Chelsea and I'm 32 years old. I finally have some downtime and I figured that I'd come on here and share my story of how I put my entitled ex-husband in his place. Let me introduce you to my ex-husband, Tyler. Tyler and I met right after I graduated. We met at a mutual friend's party and we hit it off well. We dated for around 3 years before deciding that we were it for each other and got married. My relationship with Tyler had always been very comforting and nice. Tyler was kind and caring of my needs and wishes, and he always put me first. It's because of how well he treated me that I didn't mind taking over our household expenses. Tyler worked a regular 9-to-5 job, but he didn't earn as much as me. Not to mention, somewhere around the year mark of our relationship, he decided to splurge and buy himself a house. He was saddled with a mortgage and had other bills to pay. I didn't want him to struggle in any way, so I helped him out in every way that I could. After about a year of being married, I ended up getting pregnant. Now, neither of us planned to have a child, but we figured if I ended up getting pregnant, we'd just keep the baby. And so we did. 9 months later, I gave birth to my beautiful baby girl, Lily. Things after Lily's birth began changing. The first thing Tyler asked me to do was quit my job. I told him I earned a little more than him, but he was adamant about me being in the house to take care of Lily. So I caved in and left my job. It was actually not so bad because I got a lot of time to bond with Lily, and I loved that. Tyler also began to criticize everything I did in the house. He believed that since I was home all day, I should clean the house every single day and have all his meals prepared for him. Of course, I tried my best to do it, but taking care of a newborn and doing all of that was not easy. I would get exhausted and sometimes I wouldn't do the chores. That would lead to Tyler screaming his head off at me. Initially, I would fight back. I would remind him of how parenting is also a job and that I'm not just sitting on my butt all day. It also did not help that Tyler never, ever looked after Lily. He left that entirely up to me, so I was up at night feeding her while he slept. Eventually, though, I just let him scream at me and move on. After about a little more than a year of Lily's birth, I figured that it would be best for me to go back to work. We had been struggling a lot more in the first year of Lily's birth, but I had some money saved up, and that was what I used to get us through the hard times. I didn't want to keep pulling from my savings, so one night, after Tyler returned from a particularly late shift, I sat him down and told him what was on my mind. "Something's been weighing on my mind. Do you mind if we talk about it?" "Yeah, sure. Just make it quick. I'm really tired from work." "That's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. It's been over a year since we had Lily, and I was thinking that it's time for me to go back to working." "No." "Excuse me? You don't get to decide that. If I want to go back to work, I will. I just wanted to inform you about what I was thinking about." "Like always, you never think about me and how your decisions would affect me." "How in the world would my decision to go back to work affect you in a way that's not good? Do you know what kind of a message it would send to others?" They'll think that we have a little more money than we did before." "No, they'll think that I'm not capable of supporting my own family." "Why would they think that?" "I'm the man of the house. I should be the one providing for us. If you go back to work, it will make me look like I struggled to keep us going for the past year." "Why are you taking this personally? Does the opinions of other people matter much more than us living comfortably and ensuring a better future for our child?" "Look, all I'm saying is that you give it some more time before returning to work. I did not mean to agitate or hurt you. I want what's best for us, and I think this is what's best." "You don't get to make the decisions about what's best for us all by yourself. I'm an adult who has her own opinions too. I also want a say in this, and I do not think that this is best for us." "You either go along with what I say or I'll leave. It's as simple as this." Are you threatening to leave me because your ego is too fragile to handle me going back to work? My ego is not fragile. If anything, you just don't care about me or my feelings. And for me to get you to care about me, I need to take extreme measures. So if that means threatening you to get you to care, then so be it. I do care about your feelings. I just don't understand why it's only ever your feelings that we have to care about. What about mine? The second you show care for mine, I'll show you care for yours. You're insane. I was fuming. How dare he talk to me that way? I had only been trying to discuss what I had been thinking, but for him to get so hostile about it, Tyler left me sitting there at our dining table. He didn't bring up the topic again after that. He went back to being normal. I was really angry for the first few days, but then I realized that Tyler was barely home. He had no idea what I did at home, and he never bothered to ask. I could very easily work on the side, and he would have no idea. So I picked up an old hobby of mine, embroidery, and began to sell pieces. Sometimes Tyler would see me embroidering things, but he never questioned it. I began to feel less resentful of Tyler, and honestly, I knew that our marriage was in shambles, but I didn't want Lily to grow up with divorced parents. I knew firsthand what that was like, and I didn't want her to go through what I did. And so the next 3 years passed. Tyler gradually got more involved with Lily, but really it was only the bare minimum. He'd sometimes talk to her, but he'd more so just ask me how she was. It would tick me off, but I figured that was at least a little better than him completely ignoring her existence. We were also doing well financially, although Tyler never seemed to question how. It did irk me, because where did he think that the extra money was coming from? Nevertheless, whatever I made in those 3 years, I put 3/4 of it in my savings, and the rest was used for our expenses. I was willing to live out the rest of my life until Lily turned 18 this way. But then it all changed one day. It started with Tyler coming home from work, late as usual, and me greeting him. "How was work today?" "Tiring, but nothing unusual. How was Lily?" "I feel bad that I came in late again today." "Oh, it's okay. Lily was fine, but I do think you should make up for your absence this week by taking her out this weekend. She does miss you." "I don't think this weekend would be possible." "What? Why?" "Well, my colleagues and I are expecting to finish up a rather large project by Friday, and I kind of motivated them by telling them that I would host dinner at my home if we finished it." "Oh, that's nice. So is it going to be a dinner with just your colleagues or their families as well?" "Well, I was kind of thinking of inviting their wives only. We could make it a party for only adults." "Okay, but what about Lily? Do you want me to look into finding her a babysitter?" No, I don't think that's necessary. We'll just have her sleep earlier and we'll keep the volume down." "All right. Do you want me to dress fancily?" "Absolutely not." "Okay." That was rather quick. "No, it's just that this will be a regular dinner and I don't see any reason why you should dress up. We may come across as show-offs and I really don't want that reputation." "That's a fair question." "Okay then, let me know what you want to be cooked by tomorrow. On our way back from work, you can hit the grocery store and get all the ingredients." "All right, but speaking of food, I'm starving. Let's eat dinner." I was a little concerned about the way that Tyler immediately jumped to say no to me dressing up, but I just let it go. When it came time for dinner, I was a nervous wreck. I also wanted to make sure that I was able to keep up appearances of our marriage, so I tried my hardest to do the best that I could. I was surprised to see everyone that showed up in very fancy clothes. Even Tyler got all dressed up. I was a little upset at how he purposely told me not to dress up, but once again I let it go. Dinner was going smoothly. I was serving everyone their dinner when his colleagues asked him who I was. Tyler told them that I was Lily's nanny. As soon as he said that, I felt like ice-cold water had been poured all over me. I could not believe that Tyler would talk about me that way. Why was he so ashamed of me? I felt anger like I'd never felt before. I pretty much served everyone their dinner and excused myself after that. Tyler never came to check up on me. I heard all of them laughing and talking for a long time, and I only got angrier and more hurt. I felt so humiliated, and I wanted to do nothing more than rush in there and expose Tyler for the liar that he is. But I kept to myself because I wanted to hear why Tyler would lie about me. Finally, after everyone left, Tyler walked into our bedroom. I waited for him to address what he had said, but he didn't. He carried on with his night routine and didn't talk to me until he was settled into bed. Finally, he looked over at me and asked me if I was mad at him. "Are you mad at me or something?" You cannot be serious right now. What? Did I do something wrong? It's not about what you did, it's about what you said. What could I have possibly said to make you mad at me? You called me a nanny for our child. Oh, come on. You understand why I did that? No, I don't. Please enlighten me. Why am I a nanny in front of your work friends? Look, it's embarrassing that you're a stay-at-home mom and that you're so dependent on me. You're really clingy, you know. Excuse me? How am I dependent on you? As far as I'm concerned, other than only doing grocery shopping after I beg you, by the way, I do everything else in this house. Well, as a stay-at-home mother, I don't see why you shouldn't be doing everything. I'm the one that's earning all the money. You wouldn't be able to do anything if not for my money. You can't be serious. You think that I'm financially dependent on you? Of course. And that's an embarrassment because all of our guests' wives are working women. They have their own money and my friends are very proud of them. I didn't want us to look backward or even embarrassed in front of them. What's so embarrassing about me staying at home and holding the fort down here? I work with them. I have to see them every single day. I didn't want any of them to think less of me in any way, so I did as much damage control as I could. You know, you are the one that begged me to stay at home so you could be the one that earned the money. Make up your mind. Which one is more embarrassing, me working or not? Just play along with this. It's not that hard. You know what? Fine. I'll play along with your stupid game. Don't come to me when I make you regret your decision. I grabbed an extra pillow and walked out of our bedroom and went to sleep in Lily's room. I cried myself to sleep that night, and all I wanted to do was yell at Tyler for making me feel worse about myself than he already did before. I knew that I couldn't keep letting him treat me this way. I saw at that moment what the next 14 years of my life with him would look like, and I realized that I didn't want Lily to grow up watching that and think that it was normal to be treated that way. So the next day, after I dropped Lily off at school, I went to a divorce lawyer and started the filing process. I felt numb during the entire time. If there was one thing I felt, it was anticipation for a future without Tyler. Then I gathered all my financial records and bank statements. I looked into all the assets that I got from various family inheritances and through my investments. I made a presentation about it and then just waited over the next few days until I got the divorce papers that I could hand Tyler. Once I got them, I invited all of Tyler's colleagues for a little business meeting. I held the business meeting in a room that I rented. Everyone showed up, but no one knew what this meeting was going to be about, including Tyler. Chelsea, what's this about? Hello, everyone. Since everyone's gathered here today, I want to address something that Tyler had said during dinner a week ago. Chelsea, what are you doing? Stop being dramatic. Oh, I don't think I could be nearly as dramatic as you were last week with your lie. Okay, I get it. I messed up. Now, can we please just let this go? Today, I want to show you what I, as a nanny, have in my bank account. What account? I have access to your accounts. Not all of them. I have had one in secret since the start. Why don't we all take a look at the screen? What? I can't believe that you have $1 million in your account. For those of you wondering why exactly I've asked for a meeting just to show you my bank account and how much is in it, I'm doing this only to expose my husband for the superficial jerk he is. I am not his nanny. I'm his wife of 10 years. Yes, well, I lied because I panicked and I wasn't in the right headspace, and do not even bother lying, Tyler. In the words of Tyler himself, I'm an embarrassment because I'm financially dependent on him and a stay-at-home mother. I think you're making too many private things public, Chelsea. You see, it's embarrassing because I'm taking care of all his work at home because he believes that earning money is contribution enough. He couldn't afford to look pathetic in front of all of you, so he made me a nanny. That's enough now. Can we have a word outside? Oh, no need for that. Here, sign these. Lily and I will be out of the house by this weekend. You're leaving me? Why would I want to stay with a man who's embarrassed to call his wife his wife? You've humiliated me beyond reason, and nothing you say will change this decision. Thank you, everyone, for giving me your time. I rushed out of the room after that because I didn't want to hear any protests from Tyler. I went and picked up Lily before heading back home as quickly as I could. I went through the entire house once again and made sure that I had everything packed. I loaded up my car with some of my things because I figured that when Tyler came back, we'd get into an argument. I didn't want him to have any upper hand. I was going to destroy him, and I was not going to give him a chance to make up for it. About half an hour after I got back home, Tyler showed up. I sent Lily up to her room and waited in the living room. Tyler stormed in and began yelling at me. What the hell was that? I thought that was quite a powerful message. Do you know what you've done? Nobody's talking to me. Everything that I did to earn a reputation there has gone down the drain, all thanks to you. Wow, you're still worried about what others think about you? What else should I be worried about? I told you that I was going to divorce you and take Lily with me, yet all you seem to care about is your reputation at work. After what you did, I'm glad that you're leaving. Besides, you had no problem hiding your money, so I see no reason why I should be with a liar. Tyler, I did not work for the past 4 years, and I still contributed to our household expenses. Did you ever wonder how I got that money? I didn't care about any of that. Clearly, you only care about your reputation. Well, you and your reputation can rot together. I already had all of Lily's and my things packed, so I'm going to get going now. You think you won? I won't let you go that easy. I won't give up custody of Lily. I'm going to fight you in court with everything I have. Honestly, you can go ahead and do whatever you want, but I have 4 years' worth of evidence proving your absence in the home. You've barely been a parent to Lily. Fight as hard as you want, but Lily is going to be with me. Why are you trying so hard to ruin my life? All I did was make one comment. That one comment was only the breaking point. You've been mistreating me for years, and that comment just opened my eyes to what you see me as. So, you had to go this ballistic? It's humiliating to have your work thrown down the drain, isn't it? And you only experienced it for a fraction of the second that I have experienced it. You're exploding at me for just that much, so I think what I did was justified. You are insane. You need to get your head checked. You clearly aren't comfortable with the truth, so you're just projecting all of your emotions onto me. Don't worry, I'm getting out of your hair right now. I suggest you take this time to reflect on your own behavior. Maybe you'll experience some personal growth through that. Wasn't humiliating me in front of the people I considered most important enough of an insult? I dealt with your insults for 4 years. You can deal with mine for just an hour. Anyway, Lily and I are going to get a move on. Bye. I grabbed Lily and all of our things and made my exit. Of course, I was glad that I had managed to put Tyler in his place, but at the same time, I was upset that it resulted in our family being torn apart. I knew that I was in no way the reason for the tear in our family, but I couldn't help but put the blame on myself. Lily was not, surprisingly, unaffected by the change in our environment. She barely got to see Tyler, and I think she ended up just seeing him as a man that lived in the same house as her. If anything, she seemed happier that it was only going to be the two of us. I moved into the new condo that I bought, and Lily was ecstatic about her new room. I was just happy that I was going to get a fresh start, a start without a domineering and controlling husband. It didn't take long for me to find a job, especially since my stunt with Tyler's colleagues. A few of them reached out to me and offered me their connections, so I was able to place a lot of interviews in a lot of high places. As for Tyler, he ended up having to quit because none of his colleagues wanted anything to do with him. They stopped inviting him to places and stopped interacting with him within the workplace. He ended up never being looked at for new projects, so his career at his company was pretty much dead. He also kept true to his word and fought hard during our divorce for child custody of Lily. But like I said, I have evidence upon evidence proving his absence. Not to mention when Lily was asked who she wanted to be with, she pointed to me. The judge took a look at all the evidence and told Tyler that he should be grateful that all I was doing was asking for full custody and nothing else. I let Tyler have all his assets and money because I didn't want to have anything more to do with him. I wanted to start fresh with a clean slate, and that's exactly what I'm doing. It's been a year since all of this went down, and to date, every time I think about the way that Tyler looked when I exposed him for being shallow, I can't help but have a large smile on my face.